Welcome to Raw Impact Yoga Online Yoga Remote. I'm Melissa from Red Dirt Yoga. I'm very excited to be here. It's exciting. I think yoga means so many different things to so many different people, and I think it's an amazing thing that we have one day here that we truly get to celebrate what it is that yoga means to us, as well as absolutely every other day as well, if that's, in your daily practice. But I just think that one day where it's internationally recognised is pretty special, because for a lot of people, movement, mindfulness, and yoga just means so much to them. Me, for sure, it's a massive part of my life. And so today, please listen to your body. If you have any restrictions in movement, please just needs to be today. And not pushing past that level of resistance. During our flow, and I think that we can get started. So today we're going to start with our flat out to the sides of your mat, arms fall heavy wherever it feels comfortable. It might be palms spaced up to let the love and light in. Maybe you like to have your palms facing down if that's more comfortable. Maybe bringing those arms overhead and holding on to the opposite wrist or opposite elbow, wherever feels comfortable for you today. With each breath, trying to let those knees fall a little heavier to the floor. Let the eyes close down if that feels okay. Just bring your awareness to the breath. The inhale and exhale, the ebb and flow, in and out through the nose. Maybe you might like to have one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Really tuning into how you feel right in this moment. Being fully present as we get started in our practice today. Maybe thinking about what yoga means to you on this special day. Maybe why you practice yoga, how it helps in your everyday life. Maybe it's the movement, maybe it's the mindfulness. Maybe it's both, or maybe it's something much, much deeper. Whatever it is, being grateful that you're here today on your mat, joining in for this practice. Feel the rise of the belly as you breathe in. As you exhale, let those knees fall a little further. Let those shoulders relax a little more. Inhale, feel the belly rise. And as you exhale, close those eyes softly if that feels okay. Let the hands fall softer and softer. Staying here for a few more breaths. Thanking yourself for making it onto your mat. When you're ready and on your next inhale, bringing the feet flat to the floor, gently pulling those knees up to meet. Heel toe the feet out so they're as wide as your mat. Rearrange the back if you need to so it's nice and flat. Just windscreen wiping those legs from side to side. Using the inhale and the exhale to move through each movement. Bringing out the hips, bringing out the legs. Creating small movements in the spine. When you're ready, finding stillness. Pull both knees all the way into the chest. Interlace the fingers around the knees. Give those knees a little rock from side to side. Send the lower back some love. Pulling that tailbone down towards the floor at the same time as drawing those knees all the way into the chest. When you're ready, finding stillness, and however you get there, rock roll, using the hands, using the elbows to sit all the way up into a cross-legged seated position, meeting me here when you're ready. Hands come to heart center, close down those eyes, and once again, thank yourself for carving out this time just for you and remembering why it is yoga is such a big part of your life. When you're ready, crack the eyes open. Lift the hands all the way up to the sky, reaching through the fingers. Again, circle the arms all the way up to the sky. Lifting through the crown of the head, the hands come to heart center. One last time, circle those arms all the way up to the sky, sitting up nice and tall through the spine. Hands come to heart center. Planting the right hand down to the mat, lifting that left arm up and over to the side, opening up through that side body, getting a nice stretch. Maybe bending through the right elbow to get a little further into that stretch. Keep the neck and the head soft. And as you inhale, swap sides. Left hand comes to the floor, right arm lifts up and over. Bend through the left elbow to get a little further, grounding down through both sit bones. Stay here for the exhale. And as you inhale, both hands come up to meet above the head. Right hand comes behind the right butt cheek. Left hand comes to the right knee. Sitting up nice and tall as you call from over that right shoulder. Gaze out over the shoulder if that feels okay. Inhale, lock on that core to help you twist both arms overhead, coming back to face the front. Exhale, opposite side. Left hand behind the left butt cheek, right hand to the left knee. Sitting up nice and tall, lifting through the crown of the head. Lock on that core, and as you exhale, twisting over that left shoulder, gazing over the left shoulder. Twisting from the core, keeping both sit bones grounding into the mat. On your next inhale, slowly release that twist a little, and as you exhale, making that twist a little deeper if you can. When you're ready, coming out of that twist, inhale the arms overhead one last time. Exhale those hands forward, hinging from the hips, bringing the hands down to your mat or to the floor, keeping nice and long through that spine, lifting through the crown of the head still, folding over those crossed legs. When you find your depth, slowly releasing the upper body over if that feels okay. Maybe walking those hands out a little further to get a little more stretch. Making sure the sit bones are grounding down into the floor. Relax the head, relax the neck. Use that exhale to help deepen that stretch if that feels okay. When you're ready, slowly coming back up again. Rolling all the way back up to seated, easy seat. Uncrossing those legs and crossing the opposite leg in front. Once again, arms circle all the way overhead. Hands come through the heart center, out in front. Lengthening through the spine to find that depth. And when you're ready, slowly hinging from those hips, folding over those legs. Hands reach out in front if that feels okay. Relax the head down. Keeping with that inhale and exhale. When you're ready, slowly walking those hands back in. Sitting up nice and tall. One last circle of the arms overhead. And coming in to meet me in our tabletop. All fours on the floor. Shoulders stacked over those wrists. Hips stacked over the knees. No dumping through the shoulders. Really pressing into those hands to make that upper back nice and strong so there's no dumping through the shoulders. Running through a few cat-cows here. If you know where to go, please feel free to go there. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head, lift the tailbone. Exhale, pull that belly in, tuck the tailbone under, tuck the head. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, pull that belly in, tuck the head under. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the tailbone. Exhale, tuck the belly in, tuck the tailbone under. Just doing 2 more cat-cows there on your own. With your own inhale and exhale of your breath. When you're ready, finding stillness. Swaying out those hips from side to side. Maybe adding some circles in. If you're adding in circles, don't forget to go the other way. Maybe staying in stillness if that's what you need today. When you're ready, flipping those hands back as best you can. So they're facing towards the knees, fingers are facing the knees, getting a nice stretch through those wrists. We don't always give the wrist a lot of love, so sometimes it's nice to really stretch them out. Create a little movement through them, so maybe adding a little rock backwards and forwards if that feels okay. Maybe the knees are closer to the hands to make it a little easier. Maybe adding in some tiny little circles. When you're ready, finding stillness. Turning those hands back around, coming to sit in our hero's pose. So our bottom comes down to the heels, sitting up nice and tall. Just giving those wrists a circle one way, a circle back the other way. Arms come out in front, coming into our eagle arms. So right arm comes under the left arm, grabbing hold of a finger, maybe the palms can meet, lifting those hands up towards the ceiling, really getting a nice stretch through those shoulders. Again, use the inhale and the exhale to help lift those hands, twist a little further. Draw the shoulder blades down the back so they're not bunching up around the ears. Stay here for one more breath. And as you exhale, just slowly releasing those arms all the way down by your sides. Let them drop heavy. Let the blood rush back to the fingers. Maybe feeling that sensation on one side. When you're ready, inhale, arms out in front. This time, left hand comes underneath the right, coming up the hands to meet, maybe grabbing one finger if that's all you can reach, that's totally okay. Whatever you can grab hold of. Staying for the inhale, and as you exhale, drawing those hands up towards the sky. Drawing the hands nice and high. Staying with the breath. Stay for one more inhale. And as you exhale, letting those hands release all the way down to the floor. When you're ready, inhale the arms overhead. Hands come through heart center, coming onto all fours once more. So our hand flip the feet, tuck the toes, pedaling out that dog if that feels okay. Knees as much as you need to. Hands are as wide as your mat. Chest is reaching back for those shins. Shoulders, blades coming down the back. Head and the neck hangs heavy. When you're ready, coming up to the balls of the feet, stretching out those toes. Exhale, pull those heels down towards the mat. Stay for one breath. Inhale onto the balls of the feet, stretch through those toes. Exhale, the heels back down to the mat. When you're ready, inhale, gaze forward. Step, jump, shuffle. to the top of your mat, however you get there. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale to forward fold over those legs. Bend those knees as much as you need to. Straighten out the legs, whatever works for you. And when you're ready, inhaling one vertebrae at a time. Letting the arms hang heavy all the way up to mountain. Inhale, arms overhead. Gaze lifts if that feels okay. Exhale, hands through, heart center, forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift, hands to the shins or to the floor, whatever's accessible for you. Exhale, bend those knees, stepping back and working through your flow. Maybe dropping the knees to the floor, down to the mat. Inhale for cobra, use the lower back muscles in the core. Exhale, coming back to meet me in downward facing dog. In those flows, please feel free to move forward with that if you know where you're going. Finding stillness in our downward facing dog. Working through our sun salutation one more time. Inhale, gaze forward, step, shuffle, jump to the front of your mat, however you get there. Inhale for a halfway lift, hands to shins or to the floor. Exhale, folding over those legs. Stay for a breath or two here. Feel the difference in the body when the head is below the heart. When you're ready, inhaling one vertebrae at a time. Head to mountain, arms are the last to come overhead. Exhale, hands through, heart center, forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, stepping back to our high or low plank, working through your flow. High to low push-up. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walking out that dog if that feels okay. Coming down into child's pose if you need a rest. Knees as wide as the mat. Big toes to touch, sinking that bottom down towards the heels. Otherwise, just hanging out now, downward facing dog. For a couple more breaths. When you're ready, inhale, right leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, stepping it through between the hands. Drop that back knee down to the mat. Untuck the back toes. Coming into our low crescent lunge. Hands come overhead. When you're ready, hands plant the mat. Left hand stays planted right arm all the way up. Exhale, hand back to the mat. Step that foot back to reach the other. Working through that flow one more time. High to low push up. Cobra. Leaning back and downward facing dog. Finding right. Exhale, making sure that knee's stacked over the ankle. Find that breath in and out through the nose. When you're ready, plant the hands. The right hand plants into the full, left arm opens all the way up. Stay for inhale, reach a little higher. Left hand plants to the floor. Step that foot back to meet the other. Working through that flow. High to low, push up. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay here for a moment to catch your breath. Keeping those knees bent if you need to. Trying to reach those heels for the mat at the same time. Inhale, left leg comes high to the sky. Open that hip up for scorpion. So the left heel coming towards the right butt cheek. When you're ready, coming back to three-legged dog. Dropping that right knee down to the floor, kick it out to a 90-degree angle, plant that right hand, left foot up towards the ceiling or open. Keep that core locked on so you don't dump through the core. Dump through the middle. When you're ready, left hand comes back down onto your mat. Roll onto all fours, lifting back up into downward facing dog. Stay here for a moment, catch your breath. And when you're ready, lifting the right leg up high to the sky. Open that hip up to scorpion. So open, bending through that right. Right foot comes towards the left butt cheek. Open it right dog, straighten that leg back out. Foot comes down, left knee comes down to the mat. Kick that foot out to a 90-degree angle. Open that arm right up to the sky. Straighten that right leg to the back of your mat. Arm comes overhead if that feels okay. For our wild thing variation. Stay here for one more breath. When you're ready, right hand plants down to your mat. Bring the knee back around to meet the other one. Tucking the toes, pushing the hips back up for our downward facing dog. Staying with that variation if that feels okay for you. Otherwise, lifting the right leg high to the sky. Open out into our scorpion. Coming onto the left hand, flipping that arm over and that right foot to the opposite side. Open into our wild thing. Open the heart, open the chest. Quite a strong pose, so please be mindful of your body. When you're ready, coming back over, hand comes to the mat, foot comes back down. Pedal out that dog, find child's pose, whatever you need to give yourself a little rest. And when you're ready, meet me in downward facing dog for the opposite side. Left leg comes high to the sky, opening into our scorpion. Bringing, either coming into our variation of wild thing, otherwise all of the weight comes into the right hand. Bend the right leg slightly. Left foot comes all the way over, left arm comes overhead. Open that heart, be careful of the body, listen to what you need today. Exhale, left hand comes back to the mat, left foot comes back to the mat. Open those knees as wide as your mat, coming down into our child's pose. Big toes to touch. Butt cheeks sinking back towards the heels. Let those arms relax if that's what you need. Catch that breath if it got a little choppy. Commending yourself if you surprise yourself with where you got to. A strong pose. So just picking your variation. Out the nose. And when you're ready, coming back onto all fours, bring the knees back into hip distance apart, tuck the toes, lift those hips high to the sky. When you're ready, coming to the balls of the feet, stepping those feet on the opposite sides of the hands, outside the hands, coming in, feet come nice and wide on about a 45-degree angle. Really trying to reach those heels so that the feet are flat on the floor. If this is not accessible, using those hands as a bit of support, coming down to wherever feels comfortable for you. If you're in full malasana, pressing those elbows into the creases of the knees to really open up those hips. Let the head and the neck stay soft. Stay for one more breath. When you're ready, hands come to the floor, coming down onto your bottoms, onto your backs, wherever is comfortable for you. Knees come all the way into the chest. Rocking from side to side if that feels okay. When you're ready, releasing the knees, feet come to the mat. Feet hip distance apart, coming up into our supported bridge or just our bridge if you don't have any props handy. So feet come nice and close to the bottom so that you can sweep the heels with your fingertips. Fingers, hands, arms come down by your side. Tucking the shoulder blades underneath slightly. And when you're ready, lifting those hips high to the sky. Keeping those knees hip distance apart. Really squeezing the bottom cheeks together to lift them higher. Staying for one more breath. And as you exhale, releasing the bottom all the way down. Bring those feet as wide as your mat. Arms wide as the room. Windscreen wiper from side to side. Use that breath to help with that movement. Inhale one side. Maybe exhaling to the other side. When you're ready, finding stillness. Bringing those feet back in towards the bottom, hip distance apart. Hands come back by your side, setting up for our bridge. If you do have a block handy, then you're more than welcome to use it underneath the hips, just wherever is comfortable for you on your back, down the lower back. Otherwise, bringing the hands and arms back by the side, maybe tucking the shoulders underneath slightly. Bring all of the pressure into the feet, using, squeezing the butt cheeks up, pulling the hips towards the sky. Keeping those knees about hip distance apart. Squeeze the lower back muscles together, lift a little higher. Embrace the shakes, embrace the wobbles. Tuck that chin slightly in towards the chest. When you're ready, releasing the bottom and the hips all the way back down to the floor. Again, one more time. Feet come as wide as the mat, arms as wide as the room. Windscreen wiping from side to side. When you're ready, finding stillness. Pulling both those knees all the way into your chest, lifting the head, giving yourself a little hug. Maybe a little rock from side to side if that feels okay. Release the head and the shoulders down to your mat. Pull those knees in a little bit further. When you're ready, stretching everything all the way down to your mat. Letting those feet fall to the sides, letting the arms relax. Coming into our final resting pose, Shavasana. Closing down the eyes if that feels okay. Finding stillness. Relaxing every part of your body down into that mat. Relax the toes. Let the feet fall wherever feels comfortable. Drop the legs into the mat. Release the tension from the hips. Drop the belly. Release the core. Let the shoulders fall heavier and heavier with each exhale. Close those eyes down softly. And last but not least, drop the tongue from the roof of the mouth and relax the jaw. Enjoy these last few moments of our practice, sinking deeper and deeper into your mat.
Nakhalu kushara spanditumaki Atasam Aradham Hariharam Virijadivirapi Ganatum Sotum Prathamakriti Punyaham Prabhavati Avidyanam Antastimira Mihira Dvipanagari Jadanam Chaitanya Savakam Makaranda Srutijari Daritranam Chintamani Gunanika Janma Jaladham Nimaknanam Danshram Muraripu Varahasya Bhavati. Vadanya Ani Abhaya Varado Daivata Ganaha.
If you have a little more time to stay here in Shavasana, please feel free to do so. Otherwise, slowly bringing some awareness back into the body, making the next inhale longer and deeper than the last. Maybe giving those fingers and toes a little wriggle. When you're ready, slowly rolling on to your right hand side. And coming out to meet me in a cross-legged seated position, hands to the heart center. Closing down the eyes still if that feels okay. And once again, thanking yourself for making it to your mat, carving out this time. And on this extra special day that we celebrate yoga, just reminding yourself what it is that makes yoga so special to you. Thank you for joining me today, and together we say Namaste.